Let's get this working. Okay, this is the Intel smartphone reference design. It incorporates the new Intel Atom processor. It's a 32 nanometer processor, 1.6 gigahertz, and it incorporates Intel's hyper-threading technology. Now, incorporated in this chip is an Intel graphics media accelerator and also an Intel's advanced image signal processor. What that means is that the graphics performance of this chip is exceptional, and also the imaging is also incredible. Also included is a 21 megabytes per second modem, so it's very, very fast, and we're running Android 2.3 stock. The screen is a 4-inch screen. We've got an 8 megapixel camera on the back. We've got a 1.3 megapixel camera on the front. It runs 1080p video, and it also records 1080p video. It also includes all the bells and whistles that you would expect in a smartphone. And because this is a very, very powerful phone, and I'm going to show you what kind of things this phone can do in a moment, you would expect the battery life to be not very good. Well, on the contrary, this is an area where Intel has been focusing its efforts, and we get 14 days of standby time on this phone. We get 8 hours of talk time, we get 6 hours of 1080p video playback. So what I'm going to do is dive into some demonstrations. I'm going to show you what this phone can do. First thing I want to show you is browsing. One of the areas where we benchmark very, very well is in browsing. And if I can get this up and running, let the page load. The internet connection in here isn't fantastic. And this is the BBC website, obviously. Let's go to a link that I haven't clicked on. Let's have a look at this. What you'll see is the page will load up and it will render immediately. It's very snappy, it's loaded already, and then you can pinch and zoom and scroll and play around with it. It's a very great performance. Now, the Java in here has been optimized for Intel. People keep asking me, how does Java run? Because most of the apps in the Android marketplace are Java based. Well, Java runs very, very well on here. Let me show you. This is a Java game. It's called Dragonfly. I'm going to play this game a bit and you can see how fast it is. So as I get going, you'll see it's very fast, it's very fluid, it doesn't lag, and it runs like it should do. Very, very, very nice. Now what we can also do is show you what 3D games look like on here. And to do that, I've got a game called Asphalt 6. And the reason I picked this game is to use as demo is that it's a racing game. It pushes lots of polygons around the screen. This is going to really push the graphics chip, and it will give you a good idea of what this phone's capable of. So let's put this up. I'm using a mini HDMI cord, so you can see this on the screen. Okay, so as we get into this, what you want to look at is the frame rate. It's going to be very, very fast. And what I'll try and do is catch up with some cars, look at the frame rate, look at the draw rate, whoops, and just check out how fluid it is. It doesn't slow down. Now let me see if I can catch up with those cars and get lots of things on the screen at once.
He's cheating on you.
Okay, here we go. So as you can see, it plays like a console game. And it really does this very, very easily. It's just not hard work for the chip to do this. In fact, we can play these games all day, the phone doesn't get hot. Now what this phone also does very, very well is imaging. And what I'm going to show you now is the camera on this, because the camera is pretty amazing. What this camera can do is it can take 15 shots in a second at 8 megapixels. So where most camera phones will take one 8 megapixel shot in about a second, I'm going to take 8. Oh, sorry, 8, I'm going to take 15. 100, a million. Welcome to the future. So I need a volunteer. Oh, you'd like to volunteer? Perfect. All right, okay. What I need you to do is be super animated for about 2 seconds. How do you feel about that? And what I need you to do, you did volunteer earlier. This was our deal. I want you to express how you feel about being at CES through an interpretive dance. No, you don't have to. Well, you can.
Sorry.
All right, what I want you to do is move around very, very quickly, jump around, go, 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 keep going. Oh, hang on a second. Ah, you know what I need to do? You know what I need to do? Before we do that, you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to have to clear the gallery because it's full. So let me do that now. Okay, let's try that again. You were doing great as well. It's always when we get the good ones that it doesn't work. Okay, let's try that again. Yes, animated. Very good. Thank you very much. What you'll see is 10 images here. These are all 8 megapixels. And it's hard to pick a winner because they're all so good. But I think that, what do you think? Got a favourite? You hate all of them? 10? Yeah, I agree with you. I think 10's the best. So this is, that's a nice picture. Now it's a little bit grainy because we have low lighting conditions here, but what we did there is we took 10 8 megapixel shots in about 0.7 of a second. We can do 15 in a second. So let me show you the video performance of this. I'm going to show you a 1080p video. This should look pretty amazing. Very, very nice. This is 1080p. It runs at 30 frames per second. This chip, this phone, will support 50 frames per second. And one of the things I want you to do is, we've been doing this all day, but I've been playing 3D games and I've been playing 1080p. If you want to feel the back of the phone, if you feel the back of the phone, you'll feel that it's cool, you can touch it, and there's no heat coming off it at all. So while I'm doing all this, the chip isn't working very hard at all. It's very, very cold. Now what I can also do is go to the timeline of this video. This is 1080p, and any of you geeks out there who know about 1080p video and play 1080p files on your computers at home will know that you can't do this very easily. You're going to jump to the end, you're going to jump to the middle, you're going to go to the beginning. There's no lag. Does it immediately. It's very, very easy. So that's kind of pretty impressive, but it gets even better because we've been working with a company called Immersive Media, and what they do is they produce 360-degree HD videos. So we've been working with will.i.am from the Black Eyed Peas. We followed him around for a day or two, and this is what we got. So will.i.am's over here, by the way. There he is. And I can zoom in on him. Here he is on stage. I can look at the lights. And I can also look at the audience and zoom in on them. And I can go all the way around. This is at 1080p. Amazing, right? We're in the future. It's 2025. The resolution doesn't drop, the frame rate doesn't drop, and in the same way that I did with the 1080p video, I could jump along the timeline and it picks up immediately, even with 360-degree videos. In fact, when you're doing a demonstration at CES, the last thing you want to do is start messing with your demo because it's likely to crash or fall over. So you don't want to do any of this because it will probably make it lag and stutter. You don't want to do this. You certainly don't want to do that. You don't want to zoom in and out and just play around with it and be an idiot, but it doesn't really make any difference. Right now we're upside down. If I get ourselves the right way up, I can still look around. It doesn't miss a beat, and I can also look behind me and it will go completely upside down. So what's impressive about this is how easily it's doing this. Again, there's no heat coming from the phone. And please remember that this is a phone, it makes phone calls. It sends text messages, has a calendar, has an alarm clock, and it does all this stuff very, very easily. So the other things that this incorporates is McAfee security. It includes things like lock and wipe. This chip is featured in the Lenovo devices which are behind me if you want to check them out. We've also got tablets over there that are running this chip. If you have any questions about this phone or this chip, you can come up, ask me or April, and have a great CES. Thank you.